Hello! Welcome! Hi everybody! Pardon, I sound really gross today. I'm sick, but I'm here! Yippee! Sid the Astroslot, thanks so much for the follow, and Blaze, thanks for being first today, and Alba, thanks for being second today. It's really good to see you guys back again. Thanks for redeeming your daily treats. Thanks for coming to the very start of stream. I was a little worried that you guys would forget about me. Just a little. Or pick a better streamer while I was gone. I'm really gross, so I apologize ahead of time. I'll try and mute. I'll try and mute when anything disgusting happens, but some members might not be able to catch. I'll just do my best. Anyways, hi, welcome. My nose is really stuffy. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but to me, I feel like I sound yuck. I feel like I sound yuck. Really, thank you. I love my little intro. It's a really great place for me to showcase my my model artist credits. I feel like I just want to celebrate them always, so it's good. It's nice to be able to do it at the start of every stream. So yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to just come back and just have a chatting stream where we could just hang out and catch up, because I've been gone for a week and a half. I basically lost the entire second half of June. So unfortunate. So unfortunate. But I went on vacation for my birthday and I got sick, you guys. Not only that, I brought my mod friend with me, and I got him sick too. We're both still sick. Neither of us is any better. We're both sick. Lovely. But at least now that I'm back, I can tell you where I went and what we did, and I can talk about what we did get to enjoy and what we didn't get to enjoy. So I figured we'd just have a whole entire story time today. And I did think about pulling out paint and like drawing. You know how people do like that draw my life thing, where they like tell the story of their life and they draw it as they go. I thought about maybe like doing a little draw my vacation for the story time, so I could illustrate some of the things that occurred that might not necessarily be as funny without a visual aid. I'm so sorry about coughing. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, okay? It's just, there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so actually, let me pull out paint, because I think it would be very funny to illustrate some of the stuff that happened. So while I'm doing this, I can at least tell you that for my birthday, Mod Friend and I went on a 6-day, 5-night vacation to Orlando, Florida. And we specifically went to go to Universal Studios Florida, Universal Islands of Adventure, and Universal Volcano Bay Water Park. We did not go to Epic Universe, the park that just opened. We went to the other parks. We didn't want to get caught in like the long lines, you know, because it was like kind of crazy with Epic Universe. We were just like, no thanks, that's fine, I'm good. So we opted to just do the old parks and the water park, because we both like water park. Let me put paint underneath. Hang on, I'm just gonna put it in the background. So we went to Universal, and I just welcome. So, yeah. So okay. So okay. Where do I start? Okay. So we went to Florida. Me and Mod Friend, we don't live together, so we both took our separate teleportation portals to Florida from here. I did get permission to leave the facility for this short time. Something with my clone not being around. I wonder if she was sick. I don't really know. But basically, we went to Florida, and on the first day, it was beautiful. The weather was gorgeous. It was sunny and nice. And we went and we checked into the hotel. We stayed at Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort. It is really, really pretty. It's my favorite Universal hotel. Well, I mean, technically it's the only Universal hotel I've stayed in. But listen. Even though it's the only one I've stayed in, it is really, really nice because it's like 50s, 60s themed. It's got like a mid-century modern theming with like really cute retro details all over the place. Nice pops of orange, teal, and green. It's like really cute. And it's a beach resort because they have two pools. One of them has a water slide, and the other pool has a lazy river. And then the hotel also has a bowling alley in the hotel. Isn't that crazy? And then there's little bars next to each pool. So when we checked in, we checked in really early. We both took very early flights, and we got there like before lunch. So when we got there, we couldn't check into our room. So what we did was we stored our luggage with like the hotel has like a nice little like storage system where you can just like store your luggage for free. So we stored our luggage and we changed into swimsuits, and we went to go eat by the pool. It was so nice. This was probably like one of the nicest days we had on vacation. The weather was so pretty. We went and laid out in the sunshine. Well, first of all, we sat at the hotel bar and we ate lunch. And oh wait, this is a very important detail for part of the story later. So you guys know, sorry, you guys know that I'm pescatarian. I don't eat meat. But I recently have been reintroducing some meat into my diet, mostly because I want a like, I don't know, I just seem to not get very full on plant-based protein. So I've been thinking about introducing chicken back into my diet. So you'll hear me eating you'll hear about me eating chicken throughout this trip, because I thought this would be the perfect vacation to start sort of trying chicken, seeing if I liked it, only eating it when I felt comfortable doing so. So you will hear of me eating meat during this trip. Okay, so now that you have that crucial information about why I may have eaten some meat, we ordered lunch, right? And if you know me, you know that I, Rolly, love a fish taco. I love fish tacos. And one of my favorite things to eat whenever I go to Florida, I'm like eating fish tacos like every chance that I possibly fucking get. They're so good. I love fish. I love fish tacos. It's the perfect meal. So I see they have really yummy looking fried fish tacos on the menu at the pool bar. I'm like, okay, let's go, baby. First meal of the trip, fried fish tacos, and I'm gonna get myself a pina colada. So we sit down at the bar, and at the... Unfortunately, fish tacos were not the only kind of taco they had on the menu. The other type of taco they had on the menu were pork al pastor. Al pastor tacos. Okay, that's a pretty heavy. It's very heavy. If you've ever had al pastor, you know it's like really like steeped in the juices. It's really fatty. It's oily. It's like really rich, like super rich, flavorful, slow-cooked pork. Yeah, I got the pork tacos. They didn't bring me the fish ones. They brought me the pork ones. And I didn't realize until about 2 bites in, and I was like, you know, I don't think that this is fish. And I like take a closer look, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not That's not fish at all. That's not fish at all. So I was enjoying it. So I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm here, I'm tired, I'm hungry. The tacos taste okay, and it's already in front of me, so I'm just gonna eat them, right? 2 tacos, they're massive. When I mean massive, I mean like, think of a standard size tortilla, like taco tortilla, and they have like stuffed these things with as much meat as humanly possible. So this is a lot of al pastor for my little non-meat eating tummy, okay? So by the time I finish eating these 2 tacos and my side of, what the heck did I have on the side? Coleslaw. And my coleslaw, I was not only full, I was like, oh no, my tumbly is not feeling too good. And I couldn't even finish I couldn't finish my drink either because my tummy hurts. So I was like, okay, you know, I'm just gonna down like a couple glasses of water, and that helped a ton. Because I was like, okay, we're out here in a humid, like 90-degree heat. I'm eating meat in tacos. That's probably what's getting me, right? I'm having alcohol. I'm having meat. We're in the heat. It's fine. Like, that's probably it. So I like down a bunch of water. I start to feel a little better. And then we go find our nice little spot. This hotel has like, they have like sandy areas by the pool. So it's kind of like it's almost like you're on the beach. So we found a little sandy spot with some beach chairs, and we laid out our towels, and we got all sunscreened up. And Mod friend had to help me because my I brought suntan oil, and like it was my first time ever using suntan oil. My God, have any of you used suntan oil before? That stuff is so thick with a bunch of C's. It's so thick. It's hard to like, it's got a sprayer, but it's like absolutely useless. You have to like spray a ton into your hand and then rub it all over you. And I was all like slick and shiny. It was very funny. But I had to get Mod friend to do like my whole back half because I like could not, it was not happening. So I was very grateful for his assistance. But it actually worked. It actually worked. I got tan on the first day. On the first day, we went back to the hotel and I was like, oh my God, I have tan lines. It was so exciting. Continuous spray sunscreen supremacy. We literally went through 2 cans of continuous spray sunscreen through the whole weekend. And we didn't even get out every day of our vacation. So, yeah. Anyways, after laying in the hot Orlando heat for like 20 minutes, I was like, we must get in this pool or I am going to evaporate. So we go and we get into the pool, and that was my first time being in a pool, and like I actually don't remember how long it's been since I've been in a swimming pool, but it was amazing. The water was so cool. There was a bunch of kids. They were all adorable. We kept remarking on how funny and cute the kids were, and there was a water slide. There was a water slide in the pool. So we waited until the groups of children were a little, not going down the slide as much. And we went up there and they did let us go down the slide. And let me tell you, this was not some sort of advanced slide. It was kind of an open slide. Actually, now's a great time for me to illustrate for you. So the slide was like you start, like, let's say like, here's the like starting zone up here. Like it's kind of like, a couple stories up. Slide's not crazy. It's like, down, you're going around one bend, you're going around another bend, and then you're going out. It's like this. It's not anything crazy. And it goes directly into the pool. You've got about like maybe 1 or 2 inches, maybe 3 inches of clearance from the end of the water slide to the pool. So, not anything crazy. The pool is also like 3.5 feet deep where you drop in. So like, not scary at all. When you drop into the pool, you can immediately stand up if you are taller than 4 feet. So it was like not intimidating for me. So I was like, oh, let's use this as practice because we're going to a water park the next day. And let me say, I guess it's because we're like adult size and like a little heavier than that of a child. But we fucking banked around every corner of this water slide. Like the kids were going fast, right? Like they're going down the slide, they're slipping in, you know? When I went down the water slide, guys, I was going so fast. I did not anticipate just how fast it was gonna send me down this slide. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna go any faster than these children. Wrong. Because these children were not, they were going straight down the middle of the slide, right? Like you're seeing like, you know, the slide is like this. The kids are going straight down the middle. You know, like no deviation from side to side. No deviation. Okay, not me, because I am like banking every corner. Like when we go around a corner, like instead of just going down the middle, I'm literally like going up onto the wall of the slide. Like I am banking around these corners. I was like, ah. Mod friend laughed at me when I first did it because because I was laughing the whole time I was going down because I didn't expect to go so fast. But I was so glad to drop into the water and be able to stand up because that was the scariest part for me is like dropping into the water, right? I don't want to get water at my nose. Like I'm not about that. Did I hold my nose like a clown? Yeah, I did. I was scared I didn't want water up my nose. So I just held my nose as I plunged in. It was really funny. But the weather was really good. We played in the pool for like an hour and then we got back out and laid out for another half hour and then got back in the pool again until we could see the clouds were beginning to roll in. I was like, uh-oh, typical Florida. We could see the like dark clouds coming in from the other side of the, you know, from far away. And I was like, we should start moving because like, as soon as they see lightning, they call everything off. That's the thing. If you're at like a water park or something, there's lightning, they shut everything down. You're out of the pool, lifeguards are pulling you, like there's nothing left to do. If there is lightning, it's off until it's gone, right? So we see it starting to get dark, so we decided to start packing up. And sure enough, in the middle of us getting our stuff together, they pull everybody out of the pool. It was like perfect timing. So by that time, it was our room was ready. So we were able to get our bags from the bag check and find our room. And we had the most beautiful room. It was amazing. It was so nice. Oh my gosh, Hop! Oh god. Thank you so much for resubbing with Twitch Prime. Thank you. Thanks for 2 months. Keep it rolling. So we have the most beautiful view of all time. It's like this absolutely gorgeous, how could I select all and delete at the same? There we go. So I paid a little extra because at this resort, there's a very unique feature. At the Cabana Bay Beach Resort at Universal, Florida, this particular hotel butts right up against Universal's Volcano Bay, which is their water park. And if you haven't been, Volcano Bay is a very pretty Hawaii-themed water park that has a gigantic volcano in the middle of it. A giant volcano that's like lit up at night and it's steaming from the top and there's like water pouring out of it during the day. It's like beautifully landscaped. It's like an actually gorgeous water park. It's very pretty. It's not just like some water park that's just like all concrete. It's a gorgeous water park. It's beautiful. So I paid a little extra to have a room that overlooked the water park for my birthday. And let me tell you, that was probably my wisest decision of this entire trip. Because little did I know, we would be spending 2 full days in that hotel room unable to leave. We'll get to that. But basically, from our room, we have like the most beautiful, like big windows. And these just gorgeous big windows with like nice like curtains or whatever. And then outside of our window, you could see the volcano. It was literally, I'm not even joking, a perfect view. The volcano was here and it was steaming and it was pouring water out into this big like wave pool. This gorgeous wave pool, and then everywhere else there's like palm trees and like gorgeous landscaping. You could people watch all the people down there because like right here is like a bunch of sand and like seating. It was literally beautiful. It was beautiful. It was like looking out into Hawaii. It was gorgeous. It was ignore the fact that there was a giant like 6-lane highway behind it. There Ignore the highway. Pretend it's not there. But it was very pretty. So, we enjoyed the view. You liked the highway. Okay, car boy. Anyways, so we have this gorgeous view. We hang out in the room for a bit, and after that, we go to this place. We go to this place called the Cowfish, and now I will need to pull up the menu. Hold, please. We go to this. So, if you don't know about Universal, Universal, the actual theme parks are about a 7-minute bus ride from or shuttle ride from our hotel. So we're in like the Universal Resort area. There's like a bunch of resort hotels, and then you take a shuttle to the main hub, which is called City Walk. And City Walk is basically like a giant shopping area with tons of food and bars and places to shop around, and a movie theater and mini golf and like all that stuff. It's just sort of like a hub area. When you get to City Walk, you go through security, and then you're entered into City Walk, and then on either side, once you, like, City Walk is like the big hub, right? And then off of City Walk are the two main parks, Universal Studios Florida and Universal Islands of Adventure. Those two parks you access from City Walk, so that will become relevant later. But anyways, so we are going to dinner at City Walk, which is where all the restaurants are. So we go to this place called the Cowfish. And there's one thing that you need to know about the Cowfish. It is a fusion restaurant. Do you want to give a guess as to what the fusions are? The name is Cowfish, the Cowfish. Cow and chicken, I bet. I do not think. It is called the Cowfish. It's a burger and sushi restaurant. Not steak and not surf and turf. I am talking specifically burgers and sushi. It is a burger and sushi restaurant. I will now tell you what we got at the burger and sushi restaurant. Are you prepared? First of all, Inaba got a Bloody Mary, which he very much likes. Have any of you ever had a Bloody Mary before? Because I don't really like them. A Bloody Mary is like, it's how do I describe this cocktail? It's vodka and tomato juice and a bunch of like seasonings. Is that a good way to describe this drink, Inaba? Like, I don't know how to describe a Bloody Mary. I don't like it. 3 olives, vodka, Bloody Mary mixed. Okay, yeah, hang on. The drink itself was called Bloody Mary Had a Little Cow. Now listen carefully. This is a normal Bloody Mary garnished. Now the thing about Bloody Marys is that they often garnish them. They add things with the Bloody Mary. Usually it's like an olive, or celery stick, piece of bacon, I don't know, some sort of weird savory thing that we've stuck on a stick and we put it in the drink. This Bloody Mary, I have never seen one so packed in my life. It had a beef jerky straw, a straw made of beef jerky, a stick of celery, a pickle spear, pickled okra, green olives, and if that wasn't enough for you, they put a mini slider burger on the drink. There was a burger on top of the drink. It was literally like, it was the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. It literally looked like this. So like, this is the cup, right? This is the cup. This is the cup, and there's the Bloody Marys inside. It's bright red. Bloody Mary. Celery stick. Okra, olives. They're all on a stick in there. Beef jerky straw. Yep, what am I missing? Pickle spear. Just a whole entire spear of pickle. And then on top of all of that, the burger. I'm not joking, it was this big. It was like covering, there was like no way into the drink. Except for the beef jerky straw. There was no drink access. It was so piled with stuff. Inaba really liked it. What the heck did I have? Oh, I had the pineapple queen. I had the, yes, pineapple queen. It was Malibu coconut rum, pineapple yuzu lemonade, and San Pellegrino aranciata. It was delicious. Pineapple queen. Except for, I didn't get to order my pineapple queen. Because when we got to the restaurant, first of all, we had to take an elevator up to our seat. It was very weird. There was an elevator, it went up to the second floor, and that's where we sat. Okay. They sat us in the very back corner, which I didn't love. I was wearing a very beautiful dress, so I didn't really get to show it off. I was also wearing high heels. I was wearing kitten heels. I was wearing flip-flops that had a kitten heel. So like, imagine a pair of flip-flops that has a 1-inch heel on the bottom, okay? Imagine that. I know most of you can't, but just imagine that, okay? I'm in a maxi dress with 1-inch heels on, okay? We're sitting down. We're discussing what we're gonna get. We decide what we're going to order. And then like 2 seconds before our drinks come, I'm sitting there. This is a TMI story, so if you don't want to hear it, like, mute. I'm sitting there. We're finishing figuring out what we're gonna order. I'm like, okay, all right, Inaba, you're gonna. What is a maxi dress? It goes down to my ankles. It goes all the way down to my ankles. So it's a long dress. I'm sitting there and I'm like, the tacos. The tacos. They're coming back for revenge. And I'm like, I gotta go. Sorry. Can you, I'm literally like, Inaba, can you place this order? I gotta go to Little Lady's room and I don't really know where it is because I've never been to this restaurant before, so I'm gonna find it. Okay, see you. Don't forget to order me the pineapple queen. Okay, bye. And I'm like grabbing my purse and I am like making a civilized dash. A civilized dash to where I believe the ladies' room is. And this, so we're at literally one end of the restaurant, right? We're at like one end. I'm like, okay, no problem. The bathroom's just gonna be on the other side of the restaurant. What I don't know is that this restaurant has another floor. There is a third floor to the restaurant. And the bathrooms, they're not on this floor. They're on the next floor up. Imagine me making my mad dash in my beautiful maxi dress and my little kitten heels, and I'm like, I have to get to the bathroom right now. Right now! The tacos! Fucking scrambling. And I'm like, no. There's 3 flights of stairs 3 flights! I'm literally dashing up 3 flights of stairs in heels to get to the bathroom. I want you to know that I did make it, obviously. Obviously, I made it. And it was very funny because when I finally got there, like in the music radio in the bathroom is playing, "Don't stop believing, hold on to that feeling." Yeah. I was like, this is not an appropriate song, but I guess it is because I did not stop believing that I was going to make it on time to this bathroom. My stomach hurt so much. It was a hilarious situation. Literally mad dash to the bathroom. It was so embarrassing. Those fucking pork tacos. I'm literally got back to my seat and I was like, I'm never ordering al pastor again. Obviously my stomach cannot handle al pastor after having not had meat for like 9 years. Sorry if that's a gross story, but it was literally so funny making a mad dash up 3 flights of stairs in heels and a maxi dress in a panic. Like if anybody had been in front of me, I would have been like out of the way, like shoving them out of the way. Like it was that kind of a mad dash. So I'm like, I'm all good. I'm, getting myself together in the bathroom afterwards, making sure my makeup looks good. And I go to head down. I have to head down the 3 flights of stairs in my heels. And I have to say, going downstairs in a little pair of flip-flop heels is not quiet. If you've ever gone downstairs in flip-flops, you'll know this because like when you go down a step, it's like, it's like there's a smacking sound when your foot flips the flop. When you flip the flop, it makes a really loud noise, right? So imagine the flip flopping, but with just like a really loud, I literally sounded like a horse. Like there was a horse coming down the stairs. It was so loud, like a clopping noise. Like horse hooves on cobblestone. Me coming down these stairs. I was clomping. It was awful. I hated it so much. And it was so loud. And I luckily no one's in front of me, no one's around me coming up the stairs, and I'm like, okay, great. Like no one's here. But it was so loud that I literally said to myself out loud, I go, oh my God, that's so loud. What I didn't realize was that there is a waiter right behind me, coming down right behind me. There is a waiter coming down the stairs directly behind me as I exclaim, oh my God, it's so loud, from my shoes. And he goes to pass me. He goes to pass me because I'm taking it a little slower, right? I'm in heels on stairs. And he just goes, let him know you're coming, queen. I was like, thank you. Let him know you're coming. I was like, okay. And I proceeded to continue to clomp down the stairs. But it was really funny. I let him know I was coming. When I finally made it back to my table, we had drinks. They were very good, and then later on we received our food after waiting quite a while. Hi, Weatherman, welcome in. And here's what we ordered, chat. Just one of many delicious dips we had this trip. We had crab rangoon dip. If you like crab rangoons, they're like, a crab rangoon is like a fried wonton with cream cheese and crab inside. And the crab rangoon dip, it was like the filling of the crab rangoon with wonton chips. And oh my God, it was so good. It was delicious. It was so good. I love crab rangoon, so I was very pleased. And then we got some sushi, as one does at the sushi restaurant. We got a heck did we get? We got a shrimp tempura roll, and then I don't remember what the other one was, but I think it was kind of like a rainbow roll. But most importantly, we got one of the specialty items at the restaurant. Hang on, I have to. We got one of the specialty items at the restaurant because this restaurant, it's a burger and sushi restaurant, but they have a very special item on the menu called burgushi. Burgushi. It is exactly what you would think. It is burger-themed sushi. And I can't go to the burgushi place and not get burgushi. So we went and we got buffalo chicken burgushi. Buffalo chicken burgushi. And it was, I will read you what this roll has in it. It is shredded buffalo chicken, jalapeno cream cheese. The sushi roll is coated in panko breadcrumbs and flash fried, and then sprinkled with bacon and blue cheese dressing. You know what? It was very yummy. However, I have to say, the sushi here was good, but there was a slight issue. All of the sushi was a little too packed, like the rice was too densely packed, and also someone was cutting the sushi in a very weird way. So let us say that this is an uncut roll of sushi, yes? This rectangle here. This is an uncut roll of sushi, okay? All right, so you would expect a standard roll of sushi to be cut in irregular intervals. You know, about an inch apart every time, right? About an inch apart. This sushi was cut, a weird way, aka blindfolded. I think the person doing this was doing it so fast that they simply were not paying attention. Because here's how our sushi roll was cut. I wish I was joking when I said that it was cut this way, however, I'm not. It was exactly like this. We had pieces of sushi that were too big to fit in my mouth, and some that were so skinny, it was like offensive. It was very odd. And the weirdest part was that all of the sushi was cut this way. I do not know what happened. It was very weird. But that's what we ate on the first day, and it was very fun, and I really enjoyed going to the burgushi restaurant, and I really enjoyed doing pool time and getting to lay in the sun and get a little bit of suntan. We went home that night, and I don't even remember what we did, but we got a good night's rest, and then we got up very early in the morning. Aloha! We got up very early in the morning to go to the water park. The beautiful water park. Let's see if I can the water park. How did the sickies occur? I'll get to that. Unfortunately, I don't really know. I don't even have all the answers. It's quite impossible for me to figure out how or when I got sick, but the sickies began to occur on day 2. So, day 2 of the vacation. We wake up at, I kid you not, 7:30 a.m. Because apparently the water park opens at 8. Is that not nutso? 8 a.m. for a water park? Unfortunately, I have to tell you that that's a great idea because it's like 85 degrees at 8 a.m. in Florida. And not only that, nobody's there. It's completely empty. It's like the perfect place to be at 8 a.m. It was perfect. Sorry, I had to move my fan a little bit closer to me. I am quarantined in my room, so I can't, there's no cross breeze. So, we go to the water park. It's beautiful. The first thing we do is we ride, what is it called? first thing we do is ride... Oh, I keep thinking Kilimanjaro. That's wrong. That's not the right word. What is it called? Oh my God, Krakatoa! We ride Krakatoa. It's a water roller coaster. It's a roller coaster, but it's in the water. It's like, you sit in like, I wonder if I can find an on-ride video that we could watch together. Hello. Tommy! Okay, so. I wonder if we could watch, that would be fun. That would be fun though. Maybe I'll take you guys on like a theme park excursion one day. So, we get on the, we got to ride the water roller coaster. It was very cool. Mod friend yelled a lot to make me feel more comfortable, which was very funny. And then we went on a bunch of other tube rides, like big ones where you like sit in the tube across from one another and then you go down the slide. And some of them were really scary and other ones were really not scary. And I was brave, you guys. You guys, I was brave. I went on a body slide. And it was scary, but it was really fun. These ones are called the Pongo Racers, and 4 people race down the slides at the same time, which was very cool. You don't like drop into the water. It's one where it like slides you into the water. So I felt a lot more comfortable doing that. But it was really fun. I also had chicken salad this day for breakfast, and it was the most delicious chicken salad I've ever had in my life. It had grapes and apples. I love fruit in my chicken salad, and also I'm addicted to chicken salad. It was, I want you to know, when I stopped eating meat, the last thing that I ate before I stopped eating meat was chicken salad. Like, that is how serious I am about chicken salad. Like, I love it. I love chicken salad. My mouth is watering so much talking about it. Blah. Anyways, we had a wonderful day at the water park. There's 2 different lazy rivers in this park. So the first one that we went to is more of a lazy river, your standard traditional lazy river, where you get a tube, you can ride in it, or you can go without a tube in this lazy river. It's very nice. You can just sort of float down. It's at a nice, simple pace. And on the way to the lazy river, I slipped. There is an area where there's a pathway and some sand next to it, and there's like a slope of the pathway into the sand, and unfortunately the pathway was also sandy, and I slipped and fell and scraped my knee like I was a 5-year-old. Incredibly embarrassing. The lifeguard was definitely watching me. I rolled. I wish I had. I literally was like, I was up and then I was on my hands and knees. It hurt a lot. I scraped my knee and it was like scabbed up for the rest of the trip. No joke. Really cute. Great. And that was when things really started to go a little off plan. In my head, I'm the kind of person that, like, in my head, I have a plan for how my day is supposed to go, right? So I have a plan for how my day is supposed to go, and my plan can only deviate so much from my original intentions before I start to get upset. And I start to get a little displeased. This day, thankfully, we did deviate from the plan, as in I did not plan to fall and scrape my knee. However, falling and scraping my knee is not gonna stop me from having a good day at the water park. That's fine. We did the lazy river, and then we did the crazy river. There's a second lazy river, which is not lazy. In fact, it is quite fast moving. So fast moving, in fact, that they make you wear a life vest in this lazy river. And it was literally so funny because me and Inaba kept getting... The river was moving so fast that me and Inaba kept getting separated, and I kept like reaching out and being like, come back, wait! And like, there's no way to stop yourself in this river because it's moving that fast, and you're just getting like whisked away and you're in your little life vest. So like, you're like bumping into people too, because there's, again, you're in the water. There's no way to stop yourself in the water in this lazy river. It was literally so funny. Me just like floating away and rolling around in my life vest and being like, Anama, come back. Wait. It was so funny. So, after doing all of that stuff, scraping my knee, yada, 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 having a bunch of fun, doing so many rides, we decide it's time to stop for lunch. And, we stop for lunch. It gets a bit overcast. We stopped for something to eat, and, oh yeah, also this day, we stopped at the bar. They have bars in this delightful water park. And we had literally the best margarita I've ever had in my life. It was so good. It was the best margarita ever. And I was very grateful for the woman not carding me, because she literally was like, do you have your ID? I was like, it's in my locker. And she was like, well, let me see your eyes. I had to take off my sunglasses. And she was like, how old are you? I was like, 292 on Sunday. And she was like, okay, you're fine. I just have to look you in the eyes. I was like, okay, thank you. I was very grateful. She got me a Miami Vice, which is a pina colada and a strawberry daiquiri mixed together. It was delicious. Anyways, we go to eat lunch. It's getting a little overcast. And while we are eating lunch, suddenly, we're eating in like a covered area. It starts pouring. I mean like Florida storming. Like the wind is winding and the rain is pounding. Like it is storming. It is a hurricane force winds storming. And they've shut everything down, obviously. And so we're trapped underneath this little pagoda thing with our food that we have basically almost eaten. It was kind of convenient because, you know, we got to sit there while the rain was going. But it was also inconvenient because, let me tell you, all we had was ourselves. We did not have our phones. We didn't have our wallets. We didn't have anything. We had nothing. We had just had ourselves. No towel, no nothing. We were just walking around a theme park and we just like stopped for some food. We didn't have anything with us. So we sat there for what I believe was like an hour and a half. Like waiting for the rain to stop and everything to clear for us to go get our stuff. And, it was at this time that I realized, you know, I don't know if it's because I swallowed a lot of chlorinated water, but I've got a little bit of post-nasal drip. Like my throat's starting to hurt. That's kind of annoying, but I'm just gonna chalk it up to Florida has different weather and different pollen. And I bet I simply am having allergies or some kind of cold or something. No problem. I'm just gonna keep drinking water. We'll deal with the post-nasal drip. It's okay. It's not awful. It's not the end of the world. Weather clears up. We go back to the lazy river. It's, quite frankly, getting a little chilly. It's getting a little chilly. Because, like, it's like overcast at this point. It's not warm. So we decide to call it early. We stop at 5 o'clock and we go back to the room to just hang out because we have dinner reservations at 7 at Margaritaville. So we go back to the room, we get all clean and get the chlorine out of my hair and all that. And I get dressed up again in my cute little heels, my cute little outfit. And we go to the Margaritaville. They give me a lei because it's my birthday. And we have some pretty tasty food. We had a margarita flight. It was 4 different kinds of margarita. And then we ordered a 5th margarita on the side to add to our flight, which I'll tell you, we ordered, it was like a lemon blueberry marg. It didn't taste like anything. It just tasted like a normal margarita. It was so disappointing. I couldn't believe it. We like took a sip and I was like, yeah, this just tastes like normal marg. This doesn't taste like anything. Not anything at all. It was very weird. Purple marg. Yeah, it was the purple one. We also had a normal marg, a mango marg, a blackberry marg, and a watermelon marg. Those were the other ones in our flight. They were pretty good. They were decent. They also had live music in the Margaritaville, which is very exciting. They had a guy that sounded kind of like, the little band kind of sounded like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, so they did a couple Red Hot Chili Peppers songs, but they also sang a sort of like alternative-y, like soft rock version of Happy by Pharrell. Which really had me losing my shit because it was very funny. It was very, very funny. And also, I couldn't stop thinking of the Minions the whole time. We got back to the room after that, and I was thinking to myself, my throat hurts a little bit. That's fine. And we go to bed. It's fine. No problem. We're gonna get up the next morning and we're gonna go to Universal Studios of Florida, which does not have early entry, which means that we need to get there at 9 a.m., which is when the park opens. I need to chug some water really quick. It's very hard to talk when your nose is kind of stuffy. So, it is now Saturday. We go to Universal Studios Florida. We get there around 9:30, I think, 9:45, 10. It's pretty close to park open. And actually, we might have gotten there at 10, at park open. We slept in a little bit because I was not feeling super awesome at this point. I, quite frankly, was not feeling too good. And you know what? I woke up and I thought to myself, I can't believe I have a cold right now. Because I've got, like, at this point, I've got, you know, the post-nasal drip, my nose, my ears are stuffy, my nose is a little bit stuffy, but the main issue is that my throat feels swollen. Swollen. I think to myself, I just have a cold. And do you know why I think this? Because I do not have a fever. Not once. Not at any point in time during this trip do I have a fever. I'm thinking to myself, I got a bad cold. I've got a cold. Like, my throat hurts. Oh no. Oh well. Like, that's too bad. I'm gonna go to the theme park because I paid for it because it's very expensive. I've just got a little cold. If I have a little cold, I'm going to work. It's when I have a fever that I'm calling out sick, you know? Like, I've got a little cold, right? So I go to the theme park with my little cold, and what do you know? I do not have a very good time at the theme park when I have a little cold. In fact, we ride many rides this day. We rode Gringotts, which I want to tell you right now is very mediocre. That was the first ride we rode. I'd never ridden it before, and it was like a dark ride coaster combo, except for, like, it wasn't good. It could have been so much better in my opinion. I don't know, I'm back and forth on Harry Potter at this point because, like, I don't know how to feel about, like, engaging with that franchise post knowing that it, like, the proceeds from the rights to the series are funding anti-trans bills in the UK. Just weird, right? Just not good. That aside, like, it's in the theme park, I'll just ride it, right? Like, it's kind of just there. That ride was just so disappointing to me because, like, there's another ride called, this is just like my theme park opinions, and half of you just aren't even gonna know what I'm talking about. There's this other ride in Islands called Forbidden Journey, Harry Potter Forbidden Journey or something like that. And that one, it's a similar concept. It's like a dark ride. You get in a little ride vehicle. They kind of take you around, like swing you around these different scenes that are on screens, big screens. And, you know, you're kind of being taken through things. There's some practical effects. There's mostly screens. You know, it's a nice marriage of the two, and it's pretty exciting. It's got really good movement of the ride vehicle. You kind of feel like you're being whisked from scene to scene. It's all very cohesive. But the way that Gringotts was advertised to me was like a coaster. that was not a roller coaster. It was like a dark ride that had like one drop. It was very weird. It just like was not very exciting. I expected it to be a lot more intense than it was. And there was just a lot of screens. There wasn't a lot of good practical effects. And quite frankly, I think that the Mummy ride did a lot better job at what Gringotts was trying to do. And it's in the same park, which was crazy. Oh, we have a quick ad break coming up. I will resume my theme park ride opinions after this quick break where I can go and refill my water. We will be right back. Thank you very much for watching ads and being here and listening to me yap for several hours. Okay, see you in a minute. I'm back. I got some hot tea with a lot of honey and more cold water. We're hot cold maxing. Thanks for waiting. I really appreciate it, and I will try not to be too flimmy. We'll see how it goes. Where did I leave off? Ah, right. We're at Universal Studios Florida. We're riding a bunch of great rides this day. We made it to almost every single ride in the park, actually. There were only 3 rides we weren't able to hit on this day, and I was pretty proud of it because we were really not there for very long in the grand scheme of things. But we started our day off going to Gringotts, and then you know what, it'd be really helpful if I had a map of the park. Hang on, let me just show you. Hang on, let me get a map. Let me get you a map. You know what would be really great if I had a map so you could see what I was talking about? Where the hell every single time I lose the maps on this damn website. Hang on 1 second. Hold on. Studios Florida. Yes. Here we go. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. All right. Now we're talking. A map. Extremely helpful. All right. So, Studios is a really cool park. They've got very interesting zones. They have here are the zones of Hollywood Studio or in Universal Studios of Florida. Hollywood, Illuminations Minion Land, New York, San Francisco, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Diagon Alley, World Expo, and Springfield, USA, home of The Simpsons. Oh, don't forget about DreamWorks Land. They did add that down there. But anyways, so we start our day over here in Diagon Alley because this is where Gringotts is. So we walk all the way back here to the back half of the park, and then we walk all the way back up. After we go to that, this is what I presume will be the longest wait of the day. So I made us do that first. And you know what? It was a good choice because it only took us 20 minutes to get into that ride. It was very, very fast. We then headed over to my favorite ride in this park, which is Revenge of the Mummy. It's a mummy-themed roller coaster with some practical effects and dark ride elements. It's delightful and very fast and very fun and thrilling. It's just a fantastic coaster. It's very fun. After that, we headed our way over to this little red number here, which is the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. This is a roller coaster that is closing this year. If you've never been on it before, it's really not the smoothest roller coaster you'll have ever been on, but the unique feature of this coaster is that not only does it have a fully vertical pull, yes, a like 90-degree vertical uphill pull at the start, it also lets you choose your own song. So the kind of gimmick of this coaster was that when you sit in the coaster, when you get all seated, there's a keypad in front of you and you're able to choose from a selection of songs of different genres. And then at the end of the ride, surprise, they were filming you the whole time and you could purchase a video of your on-ride footage. They took away basically almost all of the songs that they had available to choose from because of licensing, and this ride is shutting down at the end of the year. Actually, it's shutting down August 18th, I believe, so in just 2 months. This was my last ride on this roller coaster and Inaba's first ride on this roller coaster, so I wanted to make it special. And in order to do so, instead of telling him to pick a song from the standard menu, I had him do something that I would say that probably only half of riders know exists, which is that there is a secret menu. There is about 100 songs that you can choose from that are not on the pre-programmed list. And all you have to do is hold down the logo on the keypad of the ride, and after about 10 seconds, a number pad will pop up, and you get to type in a number that corresponds to a song. So I surprised Inaba with Freebird by Leonard Skinner. It was very good. I have to say, probably the best song that I've ridden this ride to. It was very, very good. Don't worry, they do cut the song to the exciting part of the song, not the beginning where it's like winding up and really slow. It was very fun. He was very surprised, and it was like, his reaction was actually probably the best part of the whole thing, was that I was like, type in 112, and he was like, okay. And then it, you know, we start going up the vertical pull, and about 2 seconds into the pull, they start playing the song, and I look over, and I just give him a thumbs up, and he's like, oh my God! It was really good. It was very good. It was worth it for that. Unfortunately, his head hit the sides of the restraints a lot. Or not the restraints, but the seat back. So his head hurt afterwards. Mine didn't, so I had a great time. I will say by this point in time, I've gone on 3 coasters in the morning, and my throat is really starting to hurt. My ears are really getting stuffy, and I am feeling tired. It's like lunchtime at this point, and I am like feeling, quite frankly, exhausted, which is, I don't know. Like, it was weird because I really thought, I literally kind of like gaslit myself into thinking like, oh, maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe I'm getting tired. Maybe I just can't handle the Florida heat as well as I thought I could. All of those things were not true. I was sick. I was really fucking sick. I didn't know it at the time, but I was a lot more sick than I thought I was. I thought I had a little cold and that I should just power through it. Wrong. False. I should have been in bed at that point. I didn't know. Thank you so much for your tier 1 resub, Gumpo. Happy 14 months. I'm feeling a little bit better, but we're working through it. I just got some hot tea with a bunch of honey. I have to wait for it to cool a little bit. Okay, so. Yeah, I know. I was like, yeah, I'm getting old, but like, come on. There's people that are like in their 60s at this park today. Like, come on. You pull it together, roll. I was sick. That was the reason why I was having a bad time. So we get off of Rip Ride Rocket and we decide to have a minion moment. If you don't know, I recently got into the minions and I like the minions. I like the minions a lot. I very much like the minions. They're very funny. Les buddies. They're my buddies. I like the minions. There's a little minion land here and a bunch of little like minion food shops. So we decide to go to this ride right here, which is called Minion, what the heck is it called? Illumination's Villain Con Minion Blast. And if you've seen the movie The Minions, you will know Villain Con as the like convention they go to in the movie where, you know, there's villains and they're having a convention. This ride, if you can even call it that, was so just weird, and I didn't like it. Basically what it is like, I will say the queue was very cute. If you're a Minions fan, the queue is adorable. The ride is like your normal sort of rail shooter, you know, like an arcade, like little rail shooter where they have you shoot little targets as they pop up. However, the gimmick of this ride is that you're given a freeze ray and they put you on a people mover. They literally have you standing, not sitting. You just step onto a moving walkway and you are holding this like toy gun thing that weighs like 5 pounds. I truly do not know what their intention was for children riding this ride, because not only was this thing like 5 pounds, it also was massive. It was huge. And the walls of the moving walkway were quite tall. So I just genuinely don't know how any child is supposed to enjoy doing this experience. But I didn't enjoy doing the experience either because it was ridiculous. It was so heavy. And I was so, maybe it was really heavy because I was sick, now that I think about it. Holding a 5-pound, kinda heavy, finicky freeze ray gun maybe isn't ideal when you are sick. Yeah, that makes a little more sense. Well, it wasn't fun. Anyways, we didn't wait too long for it, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Afterwards, we went into a little gift shop. A little minion gift shop. And I'm like looking around in the gift shop, I'm like poking around, and I see there's like a big empty zone in the back of the gift shop, and I notice, this is interesting. This must be where the other Minions ride exits. Then out of the corner of my eye, I notice a cast member, a person working there, motions to me and says, "Hey, do you want to meet Jerry?" And I was like, huh? And I look around this like big display of clothes or whatever that I'm behind, and there is a minion. A real minion. A minion as tall as me. The minion was there. He was there. And I was like, I do want to meet Jerry. Yes, very much so. And so I went over there. There was no wait, no line whatsoever. The minion was just fucking kicking the wall. He was very bored. And the other assistant took my phone and got pictures of me and Inaba with the minion. That was the best thing that happened that whole day, I think. It was delightful. I love the minion. I got to meet the minion. It made me so happy. My buddy. It was so great. I met a minion! Yay! And then we went on the Despicable Me Minion Mayhem ride. It's a simulator, and I gotta say, the wait time for that ride is not equal to the quality of that ride, which was very disappointing. This ride is usually over an hour wait. It's usually somewhere between 55 and 75-minute wait for this ride. I thought it was gonna be like individual little simulator like zones, like where you have the screen like kind of right in front of you. No, it was kind of like you were in a movie theater, but you were in like a seat that kind of like lifted up and did like some stuff. It was cute. It was very cute, but it was a bit disappointing. That's all I gotta say. It was a bit disappointing. I was a little disappointed as a Minion fan. I wanted it to be very good, but it was kind of just mid. After that, we had a little bit to eat, and I had a turkey sandwich that I absolutely hated because it was full of deli lunch meat, and it turns out deli lunch meat is very gross. I learned a lot on this trip. Things at this point in the day are not going super hot. I think I've also gotten some things out of order, which is fine. But at this point in time, we got to watch the Mega Movie Parade. The Universal Studios does a parade only in the summer, where they have floats for all of their big movie franchises, and that was really cute. I really enjoyed that. And then we went into the Minion Cafe, where I got a roll cake shaped like a minion. I don't remember if I posted about this. Did I post that? I don't remember if I posted it or not. Basically, I got a minion roll cake, and here's what it looked like. It was yellow, and it was like a big roll, and it had a white cream filling, and it was banana flavored. And on the side of it, so let's say that's like, that's the cross section. So on the side of it, no, a roll cake. On the side of it was a minion eye. like this. When I saw this, I lost my shit because I had been, at some point in time, like a couple months ago, I tweeted and I was like, chat, if I was a minion, would I have one eye or two eyes? And you know what? Not a single one of you responded to me. Not a single one of you responded to my minion tweet. And I was like, boyfriend, why is no one responding to my minion tweet? I don't understand. No one wants to tell me if I have one eye or two eyes as a minion. And he said to me, you know what he said to me? He said, roll. It's because no one wants to tell you that you'd be a one-eyed minion. And I was like, are you fucking joking with me right now? I am not a one-eyed minion. Yeah, well, I went to Universal Studios Florida and I am a one-eyed minion. There is literally a one-eyed minion roll cake for sale. They also had a plushie version of it, and I don't know why I didn't buy it. I really kind of wish that I had, because it was very goofy. I should have bought that. I don't know why I didn't buy it. It was very funny. But yeah, I'm a one-eyed minion, so in case you were wondering. That roll cake, by the way, was so artificial banana flavored, I like could barely eat it. I like ate half of it and I was like, I can't eat any more of this. And for the rest of the day, I just tasted like banana in my mouth. It was awful. I was quite frankly having a terrible time. At this point, I am not feeling good at all. I'm not feeling well at all. We go to the Wicked Experience, which is a little like Wicked themed pop-up where they have a bunch of replica props and one actual real outfit from the movie and a bunch of little photo ops. So I got some photos of me holding Alphaba's broom. It was very cute. We then went to... We walked out to Springfield. On the way, we stopped down here because down here at 34. Down here at 34 is an ET ride where you go through like a little ride on a bicycle and like at the end, ET says your name except for it didn't work right. And ET did not say my name at the end and I was a little disappointed. And I'm feeling really sick at this point, and so we skip going to DreamWorks Land and we go straight to Springfield because Inaba wants to have a beer at Duff Brewery. And so we have a beer at Duff Brewery and I am like chugging water the whole time and I am not feeling good and I am feeling like I'm gonna keel over. So we skipped the Simpsons ride because I knew it was gonna make me feel sick to my stomach because it's a big motion sim. And we go straight to World Expo, which is where they have the Men in Black ride. This ride is great because it's like a little dark ride shooter thing, but it was very, very fun. And unfortunately it was a little too spinny, so I did feel kind of sick afterwards. At this point, it's like 5:30 or 6 p.m. and I'm like, we can't leave. I feel sick though. I really don't feel good. And Inaba's like, hey, let's just go. Like, let's just go home. Like, let's just go home. We don't have dinner plans tonight. Let's go home. Let's have pizza because we found out that they do pizza deliveries straight to our room at our hotel. Let's have pizza. Let's just go home and lay down. And I was like, okay. Like, reluctantly, I was like, okay. No, I know, Inaba, nobody thinks that you... What? Nobody think... Inaba, I don't think a single person here thinks that you made me do any of this because the whole time Inaba was so great at making sure I want to vouch right here because Inaba was so nice. Typically at theme park visits with friends and family, I usually have some sort of I don't even know. So let's call it the day 4 meltdown, where I've just been pushing myself way too hard and I just don't feel good. I get very upset, very anxious, overstimulated. I'm just not having a good time and I get overwhelmed. My anxiety kind of takes hold and I'm just not doing good. This did not happen a single time on this trip because Inaba took such good care of me and made sure that my needs were seen to and validated me when I was not feeling well and said, hey, let's take a break. Whatever you need to do, it's fine. I was so grateful for that. And honestly, I probably would have typically kept pushing through the day if I was with family or whatever, but Inaba was really like, hey, it's fine. We've done so much today. The only thing we missed were like 3 rides. Let's just go home. And I'm really grateful that he did, because I think if we hadn't taken this night off, I would not have made it to the next day. Which we'll get there. We went home after this. The only rides we missed were The Simpsons. We missed Fast and Furious Supercharged, which is a very silly little ride. And we missed Transformers because the wait time was like 175 minutes and I was like not having it. So we did pretty good. I have to say we got almost every single... Oh, I forgot to tell them about the Bud guy. Okay, we got almost every single ride at this park before we left at like 6 p.m. So I'm pretty proud of what we did. The Bud guy. So we're sitting at the Duff Brewery. We're in this Springfield area of the park, okay? We are literally sitting inside a replica Simpsons Springfield, USA. I am not joking when I say it is literally looks like The Simpsons. It is an immersive part of the theme park where you are literally in The Simpsons. We are sitting here at Duff Brewery, the literal Duff Brewery from The Simpsons. Duff Brewery serves 2 beers. Duff and Duff Light. Okay, we're sitting in the Duff Brewery. Like, I do not know how to emphasize this enough. We are in the middle of The Simpsons. All they have is Duff. Inaba can vouch he liked Duff Light. He liked it. Inaba, you're gonna have to describe it because I cannot remember how you described it at all. I think you said it was like if Miller Lite was more flavorful, like a little more bitter. I didn't really like it because I like my beer to taste like water, quite frankly. I like a little hop water, you know, a little hop water. Dude, this tea is so good. Okay, anyways. We're sitting there at the brewery. And this guy comes up to the other side of the bar that we're sitting on and says, hey man, the bartender's like, hey, how can I help you? And the guy's like, hey man, can I get a Bud Light? And the guy... the guy behind the counter, takes a pause to kind of compose himself before going, yeah, we're in the Simpsons part of the park, so all we serve is Duff beer and Duff Light. And he kind of describes each one, you know, in beer terms, which I don't remember what they're like because I can't fucking remember. But he describes them each in beer terms to him. And he says, hey, can I get you either one of those? And the guy who asked for Bud Light he just kind of has a bit of a frown on his face. And he just goes, nah, no thanks. Sounding kind of disappointed. And the guy at the bar is like, if you want a Budweiser, you're gonna have to just walk like a couple yards down the street, around the corner. You're gonna find a hot dog stand and they're gonna have them for you. And the guy was like, all right, thanks. And walks away. Guy who will only drink Budweiser. It was a very funny new kind of guy that I just learned about. It was very funny. Exactly. Respect the choice. He knew exactly what he wanted and he was gonna get it. Inaba kept complaining the whole time because there were so many people we ran into that were asking for Heinekens while they were just walking around the park. And Inaba was like, I can't understand why people would want to drink a Heineken in this heat walking around a theme park. It was very funny. A lot of people with interesting beer preferences. So anyways, we leave early because I'm feeling like garbage. I'm literally trying not to cry on the bus ride home because I just feel so upset that we didn't get to ride every ride and that we're leaving before the fireworks show and that we're leaving before park close and that I couldn't make it to the end of the day. I genuinely had gaslit myself into thinking that it was my fault for feeling like over-emotional, not being able to take the summer heat, like just not like my throat hurting from screaming on the rides and having fun. Like I just truly had convinced myself that I just like wasn't having a good time. Like, and I wasn't enjoying it to the fullest because I just felt sick. I felt sick. Like I had a really bad cold sick. So we go home. We ordered pizza. By the way, it ends up being the most delicious freaking good pizza. It was so good. We got pizza, a Caesar salad, and a fruit cup. It was so good. We ate, we like showered off when we got home, ordered the pizza. We stayed in bed for the rest of the night in our jammies. And we had cable TV, so we watched a movie on cable. And you wanna know what movie we watched? We watched Goodfellas, which I've never seen before, and it was really fun, and I really enjoyed watching Goodfellas and eating pizza. At this point, by the end of the night, we also stopped by the cafe and got honey and hot tea for my throat. This would become a lifesaver for the rest of the trip. Unbelievable amounts of lifesaver. You don't even know. So, we have that delicious dinner. We go to bed early. We wake up the next morning. It is my birthday. I also feel so sick that I decide that I'm going to change our dinner reservation the next day that's at my favorite restaurant that's inside of the theme park from a dinner reservation to a lunch reservation. So I move it to 12:30, up from 5:30. This would be a lifesaver because I would not know that later in the day I would not be feeling good at all whatsoever. Nor that we would be stuck in ride lines for the majority of the day this day. I wake up, it is my birthday, and I do not feel good. At all. Not at all. Inaba very graciously makes me a cup of hot tea with honey, and I stay in bed for an extra hour on top of what I was supposed to. Because I just feel like I've got a cold. I feel like I've got a terrible cold. And I'm waiting for, the caffeine to kick in to see if I can, work up a little energy to get going. By about an hour into park open, I'm like, okay, let's do it. Let's go. I'm feeling okay. And we get ready. We go to the park. We end up, let me pull up the map. Hold, please. Upon this day, at Islands of Adventure, this park, we decide to do my favorite ride first because it often has a long wait time. So we walk through the park all the way through to get to this right here, which is Velocicoaster. This is the best roller coaster ever. It is my favorite roller coaster of all time. I love it so much, and I was planning to ride that roller coaster at least 3 times during this park visit. Spoiler alert, we only get to ride it the one time. We also, during the day, this day on my birthday, not only is it raining off and on all day, so the outdoor rides shut down when it's lightning and raining. There were also technical issues with many other rides that we were waiting in line for, where we had to just wait in line extra. So at Jurassic Park, we we rode Velocicoaster and we had to wait an extra like 20 or 30 minutes because there were 2 delays while we were inside the line. It was kind of a mess, but we did get to ride it once. It was fantastic. Inaba loved it, which made me so happy. It's like my favorite coaster ever. It's phenomenal. I just think it's the perfect coaster. And I was really grateful to ride it the first thing on my birthday. We do Jurassic Park River Adventure. It's really cute and fun. The ride is a lot steeper than I remembered, and there are some very funny pictures of me on the coaster coming down at the end of the ride. We do Skull Island, Reign of Kong. We're making our way this way around the park. And then I think we head back at this point. We like shortcut back because we need to go to lunch. Lunch is here at this restaurant called Mythos. It's sort of like a Mediterranean restaurant, but they do a bunch of different kinds of food. It's in a beautifully designed, like, mythical sort of grotto cave type of thing. It's beautiful. I love this theme park restaurant. It is so good. It's like they put a normal restaurant inside of the theme park. Delicious, delicious. I loved it. I don't really feel like I picked the right thing to eat for lunch this day. I was a little disappointed. Also just like didn't feel very good by lunchtime still. So I didn't really get to enjoy my food very much or my drink. After this, we ended up going back around. We did the water rides at Toon Lagoon. There was one that was like a white water rafting ride where you get very, very wet. And I wore my poncho and only my butt got wet, which was good from where I sat in the seat. And then we did, right before, it was starting to get kind of iffy. Like the weather was starting to get iffy. So we were like, you know what? Let's just try to do Ripsaw Falls, which is a giant log flume type of ride. If you know about Splash Mountain or Tiana's Bayou Adventure, it's that kind of ride. But it's themed after a Rocky and Bullwinkle. So we go to get in line for this ride, and I kid you not, we are in the final stretch of the queue. I'm talking like maybe 5-minute wait. Final stretch of the queue. Like we can see where the ride loads. Final stretch of the queue, and the ride shuts down. We end up waiting 40 minutes in line. We skipped like a gigantic chunk of the line because so many people leave during this time. The estimated wait for this ride when we got on before it stopped for inclement weather was 50 minutes. So we waited in line for this ride for about an hour and a half, and I ended up being on the front of our log when we ended up loading. They are single file cedar logs with 4 seats. So Inaba was right behind me, and then we had like 2 brothers that were together. And they were actually originally supposed to sit in the front of the log, but sort of like there was one brother that was a little shorter than the other. They were probably around our age as well, and they swapped them. The taller one was in front, but the ride operator was like, hey, we need someone shorter in front. Can you switch? And I saw the younger brother or the shorter brother look over and just be like, no. I could tell that he did not want to be on the front of this ride. So I very kindly say, hi, hey, so I'm wearing a poncho and I'm shorter than you. Do you want me to take the front seat of the ride? If you don't want to take it, I can take it if you want to. And he was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. And so I swapped with him, and then it ended up Inaba swapped with the other brother so that Inaba was directly behind me. And then literally as soon as we got seated, I turned around to Inaba and I was like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Literally out of the kindness of my heart, I swapped with this guy because I was wearing a poncho, but I was scared out of my fucking mind because I'd never been on this ride before. And the drop on this ride is like 3 times higher than Tiana. It was so scary. I was like, why did I do that? Why? It was terrifying the whole time I was screaming, and also a bunch of water went in the front of my poncho, so I still got soaked. The poncho meant nothing. I couldn't believe it. It was very funny at the very least. After we did Toon Lagoon and Inaba got sopping wet,
so wet that he dripped in every single queue we were in after that, that you could see where he had been because there was like a dripping water path. It drove me nuts. Anyways, like, man was soaked down through his underwear. I don't know how he'd stood it for like the next 3 hours. That sounds miserable. Actually, we went in a people dryer. See, there's this thing after the water rides, they have this complete scam called a people dryer. And what it is it's like a big, like, think of like a clothes dryer, but for people. It doesn't spin you in a big circle, but what you do is you stand in there and it blows hot air. It like heats up and blows hot air at you for $7. It was about $1 a minute. It was very funny. It was something. I got a little more dry. Not much, though. And Naba comes out of it like, yeah, I think I feel more dry. And I can physically see him dripping, and I'm like, buddy, you can't fool me. I'm watching you drip all over the floor. It was very funny. Anyways, after that, we go to Spider-Man, where there's a short ride delay in the queue, and then the final scene of the ride desyncs with like the audio, and like the ride like desyncs, and so we didn't get to see the final scene of the ride properly. That was a mess. And then for some stupid reason we decided to do that before going on the Hulk. Huge mistake, because the rain was coming back. The rain was not over. The rain was not done. We got in the queue for the Hulk. It was like a 25-minute wait or something. Guys, it started pouring. When we were in the queue, it started pouring, and we were in there for another 40 minutes. Another 40. And let me tell you, by this point in time, my feet hurt so much. I felt so tired. I felt fatigued. My head hurt. My ears were stuffy. My nose was stuffy. My throat hurt so bad that I couldn't scream on rides anymore. Why in God's name, I thought to myself, I just need to persist. It's my birthday. I have a cold. I do not know. We wait the extra 40 minutes. We get on this ride. Guys, I am not quite certain that I will ever go on the Hulk again. I have been on this coaster several times. Several. I know what this coaster is like. It's a very strong launch coaster at the start. It's a very strong launch directly into a corkscrew. There are very big loops on this ride, and some tight corkscrews, and it is not gentle. It's an old coaster. It's old. If you've ever been on an old steel coaster, you will know that they get rickety and they get very uncomfy over time. It's not a smooth coaster. This coaster also has over-the-head restraints. This is my least favorite kind of roller coaster restraint. Why? Because I'm quite short, meaning the roller coaster head restraint is now on either side of my head. And if you're going at such high speeds, strong forces, it's almost impossible to lean your head back and still. So of course, during this ride, we come out of the first corkscrew and my head goes like this. I get smacked both ears on the sides of this coaster. I yell on the first launch, I scream. It hurts my throat so bad. And then my head hits either side and I'm like, I'm not good. I'm not okay. I literally get out of this coaster. I'm like, I am not okay. And Nava just said, there's not a single sound coming from her the entire coaster. Not a yell, not a cheer, scream, dead silence the entire time. I am not joking. I literally, after that, was just trying to keep my composure. I was like holding my head back, firmly gripping the restraints, and my face was like this. I was like, as serious as possible, like straight face. Like there is a picture of me on this coaster and it is, when I look at it, I feel sad because I know how horrible I was feeling in that moment, but it is laughable. It was very funny. Inaba laughed when he saw the picture because he didn't know what I looked like during the whole coaster. He just knew I wasn't yelling. And so when he saw the picture, then I was like, having a fucking, I don't even know. He like burst out laughing. He was like, I'm sorry. I was like, no, I know. I got off this coaster and I did not feel good. I had to sit down. I felt very dizzy. I felt very sick. My ears are really stuffy, right? So when your ears are stuffy, you kind of get a lot more like vertigo, like you're like you lose balance a lot more easily because like the like fluid in your inner ear is like all fucked up. So I feel like garbage when we get off this coaster. It is quite frankly so bad. And because we'd waited in so many delayed lines this day, it was already like 8:30 p.m. It was so awful. I had missed a call from my mom. I listened to her voicemail while sitting outside the Hulk coaster and I literally cried because it was such an emotional voicemail. She was just so sweet and was choking up talking about how grateful she was to be my mom, and I literally start crying. I like burst into tears. I feel so embarrassed and I feel so sick, and like at this point in time I'm feeling so sad because the whole day had just not gone how I wanted to at all. We had deviated very, very, very far from the plan, and I felt really sick, and I didn't really get to enjoy my birthday. I was really happy that Inaba got to enjoy his time at the parks and have a lot of fun and scream and laugh, and I was glad we got to do a lot of things for the first time together. I just I didn't get to really enjoy them very much because I was feeling so sick at this point. We had a little bit of a heart-to-heart right here. There's like a really nice little viewing area down here where you can look out on the whole park. We talked it out, and we decided we'd just pick up some dinner at this place called Bubba Gump Shrimp Co. It's themed after Forrest Gump. So we got a po' boy, and we went back to the hotel, ate it there. We got frozen drinks from the hotel beach like pool bar, and I was feeling pretty sick, so we just went home. We got showered off. I put on my robe, which I went to the hotel gift shop and I bought myself a hotel robe. I had been wanting it for the last 3 years since the last time I stayed at this hotel, so I was very excited to get it, and it fit perfectly. It's legitimately better than the robe I had at home, so I was really excited about it. Little did I know this would become my saving grace for the next several days. We picked up some hot tea, some drinks, went back to the room, showered, put on my hotel robe. We put on Chopped, I think. Yeah, we were watching TV, and I did not feel good. We're sitting there having our drinks, we did face masks, and Inaba looks over at me and says, "My throat hurts." And I thought to myself, fuck. Why is your throat hurting? That's not good. We go to bed early. And in the middle of the night, I hear Inaba get up to go to the bathroom. He comes back to bed, and I can hear him shivering. And I say, "Inaba, are you okay? You're shivering." And he goes, "I'm really cold." And I said, "No, you're not. You are running a fever. If you are shivering right now, you are running a fever. Here is some Tylenol. Please go back to sleep." He was, in fact, running a fever, and the next morning we wake up and both of us are extremely sick. My throat is super swollen, he's sick, same stuff as me, probably worse because he has a fever. I haven't had a fever this whole time. We are supposed to go to Volcano Bay, the water park, again this day. We do not get to go. We spend the whole day in the room, sleeping on and off. We go down to the hotel gift shop, buy more medicine. We get some lunch. We come back up. We go to sleep again. I have a little bit of a breakdown because I am so sad and so upset that my vacation has been ruined and had been ruined by myself being sick, and now my boyfriend's sick, and I figure out how to get us late checkout. We check out late so that we can go straight from the hotel to the airport the next day. We sleep in, you know. Oh yeah, also this day we order in pizza again for dinner, and we watched The Fifth Element on TV. I don't know if any of you have seen The Fifth Element, but I love that movie, and Hanaba hadn't seen it, and he really, really enjoyed it. I don't know if it was because he was on cold meds, but he really enjoyed it. Anyways, we're sick as heck. We take a plane home, also sick, still sick, miserable. We get home really late, we go to bed. There's a heat wave, so I'm like sleeping in my living room in the AC because that's the only place that has air conditioning. Guys, it's miserable. It's miserable. Wake up the next morning. We both still feel sick. It's Wednesday at this point. I wake up the next morning, you guys. This is the climax of the story. I wake up the next morning, I'm still feeling sick. I have some tea. I go to make my tea. I go to make my breakfast. And you know what I realize? I can't smell anything. Fuck. I can't smell anything. This has happened to me once before. I literally thought that it was still a sinus infection or a cold or something. But as soon as I lost my sense of smell, I was like, well, that did happen to me when I had a sinus infection. However, my sinuses are stuffy. They're not killing me. I order a COVID test. We both have COVID. I still have COVID. We have COVID. This whole trip, I have had COVID. I did not know I had COVID. I thought it was a cold. I am fully vaccinated with boosters. I think that is why that it did not feel as bad for me as normal. There's also just different strains going around and yada, 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 yada. I have no idea when I got it or how. Unfortunately, before the trip, I started getting a runny nose 2 days before I left. I thought it was allergies because I often get a runny nose. Dude. Why? Literally so embarrassing. I felt awful. I actually burst into tears when the test came back positive. I didn't have to wait the 15 minutes. It came back positive within about 30 seconds. It was that bad. I immediately felt terrible because I was like, how many people have I been around? How many children? This is awful. This is the worst possible thing that could have happened. Like, it was just so terrible. I felt so bad. I really hope I didn't get anybody sick. I genuinely thought I had a cold. Otherwise, if I had thought it was anything worse, I would have stayed home. But I genuinely thought I just had a cold and I could push through it. Nah, I had COVID the whole time. So this is me saying, guys, if you feel like you've got a sore throat, maybe, man, take a COVID test. I know, I could have gotten it there. I could have gotten it 2 weeks. We went to a concert 2 weeks before. Like, I could have gotten into the concert. There's really no way to know because COVID, you can have it for 2 weeks before you even get symptoms. It's nuts. It's really crazy. And I've been quarantined in my room ever since. They will not let me out. So that's how my last week and a half have been going. And now you're all caught up. You got wait, hold on, wait. On my vacation, I got stung by a bee, bit by a dog, and fell into a ditch of nettles? Gee-fuckers. Oh my god, are you good? Oh my god. I think I would have lost my mind if that had happened to me. I already was having it. I was already hitting my limit when I fell and scraped my knee at the theme park, okay? Oh my god. I'm so sorry that happened to you. All in one day, too. That's like getting pummeled. I know, at least I have internet. So, yep. I also have had to work. I've taken one sick day. I've been working because I'm like, at my work meeting this morning, we had an all hands meeting and they were like, Roll, you know you can take sick days if you need them. And I'm like, well, you know, I don't really feel sick enough to take a day off. I mean, I do feel sick, but I don't feel that sick. I really just feel unhappy. And unfortunately, unhappiness is just not a reason not to work. And right after I said that, my coworkers sent me a text message. They were both like, girl, you can't say that. I was like, oops, my bad. Can you tell I want to quit my job? Oof. What a mess. Yeah, yapped a little too much. They really shouldn't let me off the leash. Hold on, I'm gonna mute. I don't want you to hear this. Ugh. Team. I blew my nose so hard that I'm a little lightheaded. I'm not sure about that. I was looking for a place with good signal and wandered off the trail. Oh no! Oh no. I can only imagine, I'm imagining it as some sort of like comedy skit in my head. I hope it was a bit like a slapstick moment and you laughed it off. I hope it wasn't too bad. Oh man. Well, that was my trip, you guys, and it was definitely interesting. I have to say, it was really lovely, very nice. Inaba is a really great person to travel with. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. He's a very good boyfriend, and I'm very thankful to have him. He did make the trip feel as nice as it could, even though I was sick the whole time and totally gaslit myself into thinking that I just wasn't in a good mood. Not that I was deathly ill. I needed to relax. Yeah, who would have known? Who could have known? Certainly not I. Certainly not I. It's fine. My favorite thing that I ate on the trip was the burgushi, and my favorite drink that I had was the margarita that Inaba had at Volcano Bay. It was very, very good, Marg. It was a good trip. I hope we can go again when we're not sick, and unfortunately, I used up all of my PTO, so I don't know when the next vacation is. It's very unfortunate. I'm very upset about this trip and how it went. I actually feel horrible about it, and I feel bad even looking at the pictures because I look back and I think, wow, we're at the theme park, really fun. Haha, I was feeling awful this day. Unbelievable. So, I don't know. But, I'm glad to be home, safe and sound. I did have a good day at the water park the first day. I ate some really good chicken salad, which made me very happy. And I came out of it with tan lines and a very cute robe. So, I guess I can't complain. Oh, also for my birthday, Inaba replaced my Moogle t-shirt that I lost at Disney World earlier this year. So, I'm really grateful. Thanks again, Inaba, for that really kind birthday present. It was very sweet. So, yeah. It was a good time, a lot of scuff. I think it was a challenge from the universe that was like, haha, your first vacation together. See if you can fucking deal with difficult situations, like being sick out of state. How do you overcome a challenging situation? Quick, do it. I don't know. I guess that was supposed to teach us something. It was fine. It went really well. I think we both coped very well under the pressure. Inaba more so than me, but and Abba wings it. It's fine. I'm a planner. He's very laid back, so we balance each other out well. But that's about all of my trip. That's everything that happened in the last 2 weeks. I've basically been in and out of consciousness. Not literally, just, you know, I'm still sick. I've got a cough. I'm all stuffy, and my throat kind of hurts. I think it's from talking so much, so I think it's time for me to go get some rest for the evening. But I hope you enjoyed my little story time. I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys and telling you all about my trip. Sorry for yapping nonstop for 2 hours. Next time, I will be back on Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern and Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern, and I'm very, very excited to say that we will be starting Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. I've never played this game. I have absolutely no idea what it's about. All I know is that it's a turn-based RPG by Square Enix, and most of you seem to love this game to death. So I'm very, very excited to be starting that game on Thursday night. I really hope you'll join us. I think it's going to be a blast and really exciting. So yeah, I really hope you'll come out and cheer me on. I think it's gonna be really fun. I know a lot of you have been looking forward to this one. I'm sorry I didn't get to reschedule Mario Kart yet. I thought I would wait until next week in hopes that I would be a little less coffee and yucky. I'm fine playing an RPG while I'm coffee and yucky, but something like a party game where I want to hang out with you guys, like, and really have a lot of fun, I think it's better suited to when I'm feeling better. So we'll do that later on. It won't be a birthday party anymore. My birthday's so long gone at this point. There's just really no point. So I'm really looking forward to that, but we'll reschedule for next week, hopefully. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys again on Thursday. I really missed you so much. I hope you guys weren't too bored while I was gone. Thank you everyone for the well wishes. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm gonna head out. I need to lay down very badly. This took a lot out of me. I'm really sorry if streams are shorter this week. And I know, gosh, I wish so badly that I could put ASMR back on the schedule right away, but yeah, we don't want the, imagine this, but with the ASMR mic on. Ew, gross. So yeah, we're gonna hold off on that. We're gonna hold off on that a little bit. But thank you guys for the warm welcome back. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Stay well. Have some hot tea, some ice water, a popsicle, whatever you need to stay the correct temperature. And if your throat starts hurting, take a COVID test. I'll see you on Thursday. And until next time, you guys, you know what to do. You know what to do. My voice will be a lot cuter, hopefully, by Thursday, too. I feel all yucky and phlegmy and disgusting. Yeah. Alright. Until next time, everybody, keep it rolling. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!